Yo, what is up, you sexy ass motherfuckers? Welcome back to yet another Total War League Siege battle. This one is going to be the second part of the Comrades in Arms versus Rice Enjoyer or Rice Enjoyers. In this video, Comrades in Arms is going to be on the attack against the Rice Enjoyers, which are going to be on the defense. This is going to be a juicy battle, so make sure you guys grab something to drink, something to eat, go jerk off a quick one, call your grandmother and tell her that you love her, preferably not while you're jerking off a quick one. Do whatever you guys got to do. Also, if you guys are at all interested in joining in on the next tournament or interested on additional info of the tournament, I will post the rules down in the description below, as well as a link to Marketable Skills Discord, our gracious host. But either way, guys, let's go ahead and get right into the battle. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and get right into the battle here. So, of course, as is tradition, let's go ahead and look at the attackers' army comps here first. First off, we have Gete bringing some spear warriors. These beautiful, beautiful beasts. Look at those shields. They're so colorful, so gorgeous, and ready to be painted red with the blood of their enemies. Next off, we've got some mercenary axe warriors. Lots and lots of mercenary axe warriors. Some noble swords, some Dacian heavy bowmen, as well as Dacian heavy skirmishers. And some Falksmen as well. We actually have the Falksmen pushing up the towers, which is very interesting. I don't believe that they're going to use the towers to actually mount up on the walls, but I could very well be incorrect in that assumption. We shall definitely see here sooner rather than later. Looking over, oh, and they're also bringing a Greek giant, or a Dacian giant ballista, I apologize. This bad boy is hopefully going to be able to get a lot of kills. It's got a great angle to be able to shoot inside of the settlement, getting some great angles here, here, and back here as well, and into the courtyard, the victory point courtyard, if it should come to that. Looking over at Gaete's ally, we've got Macedon bringing some militia hoplites. Thorax swordsman, of course, you can't have a Macedon player without lots and lots of Thorax swordsmen. We've also got some mercenary Cretan archers, lots of regular archers, and a Thracian peltast unit. We've got some Thoreo spears as well, and the absolutely stunning Royal Peltast General. You can never get tired of seeing that beautiful armor in those absolutely stunning Greek shields. Never gets old. But yeah, those Thoreo spears and those Peltas should be able to get a lot of kills with their Javelins of Destiny. We can't quite see our opponent's army compositions as of yet because this was sent in by the the attacking side. So we'll go over the defenders' comps as soon as we can see more of their army. But looking over here, it looks like the Spear Warriors, I don't know. Actually, I think the Militia Hoplites are going to win this race of who's going to initially hit the walls here first. The Militia Hoplites pushing up the ginormous Tortoise. I just can't imagine, even with all of these men. I mean, I get it that the Tortoise is on wheels, but just trying to push this super heavy piece of machinery, this giant battering ram that can somehow destroy an entire wall, even though the battering ram is only hitting the very top of it, which has always just been super funny to me. But just imagine trying to push this super heavy thing, and there's our first unit that we can actually see, which is the Eastern Spearmen of Bactria. So it looks like one of their opponents is going to be playing as Bactria, a great faction indeed. Always a good faction to see on the defense or even on the offense. I think they are a great faction for both sides. It looks like the Militia Hoplites are going to go ahead and be the first ones to break the wall. And they're actually not going to go ahead. They're not going to hesitate. They're going to go ahead and automatically start to move into the settlement and try and neutralize this tower right off the bat. So that way they don't have to deal with it in the future. So that way the tower can't get too many kills. Even if it is just kills on Militia Hoplites, that's still 300 gold that could go down the drain for free for the defenders. So you want to try to save as many men, women, and children as possible against the mighty machine gun rain fire of these arrow towers. Looking over at what we can see so far, so we have Bactria and Chimera on the defense. We saw some archers here in the background. They kind of disappeared temporarily, But we also have a Scorpion from Chimera, a Greek Scorpion. We got a battle of the Greeks here. Chimera falling back the Scorpion to a better position, getting ready to be able to rain fire down this alleyway and try to get as many kills as they possibly can. And we've also got some Step Archers, not Chimerian Heavy Archers, a very interesting choice. Those Heavy Archers can do a lot of damage and are one of my personal favorite units to bring as Chimera. And you know the rules. If you're not bringing at least 8 young axes, then you're not doing it right. I'm just saying. But over here, we've got some Step Spearmen and Chimerian Noble Infantry. We've got the elite of the elites over here on the front line, ready to hold should it be necessary. I do believe, wow, we actually have some of the towers starting to shoot their ballista bolts into some of these Step Spearmen. I believe Step Spearmen are a little over 500 gold each. So losing these guys, oh no, they might be the cheaper ones actually. Look at these shields though, that's really cool. Usually the shields that you see are like circles or half moon or most moons like this, but the fact that they have this kind of like square-like rug shield is really cool to see. It's definitely a different sight to see in this battle. Looking over at the front lines, we've got Gates holding the front with their spear warriors. They've taken the gatehouse. The gatehouse is actually now turned on those that wish to defend the walls of this great settlement. They are now shooting at the Eastern Spearmen, starting to do a little bit of damage at a time. The Eastern Spearmen are only 180 gold, so they are not worth much. They are not going to last for very long, but, I mean, losing any units to a gate tower, especially one that you're trying to defend yourself, is a tragic loss, because now the attackers are going to be able to use that to their advantage and try to do as much damage as they possibly can. We got some spear warriors starting to move up. It looks like the spear warriors and the Eastern Spearmen might be the first ones to clash here. They are going to go ahead and fall back and just let the towers continue to fire, but they are edging closer and closer by the minute, getting ready to be able to engage with this great enemy of Bactria, or with their great enemy, Bactria. Over here, we got some mercenary Syrian archers close by and ready to start raining hellfire upon their opponents. So far, we see 3 archer forces over here, and we see the rest of the Chimerian heavy archers over here as well. We got some javelin men and 2 units of heavy archers, so this is going to definitely be a very dangerous place indeed. If the attackers had brought a mobile Scorpion as well, imagine if they had brought it into the street and just started absolutely peppering this noble infantry general of Chimera. That would have been a tragic loss indeed. A very expensive to lose, or I'm sorry, a very expensive unit to lose to artillery fire. They do have the giant ballista, but that general is pretty well defended against the giant ballista, hugging the building, trying to stay as close to the building as possible and keep that ammo away from them. Now we've got the artillery firing into this blob of archers, just trying to get as many kills as they can, getting some great kills back here, getting some kills against these Syrian archers, and even the Step Archers, getting some fantastic fire off on these guys. Always good to see if you are rooting for the attackers, but this is going to be a very slow approach for the attacking forces. They're just going to go ahead and hold this courtyard, keep holding back while Macedon goes ahead and pushes the rest of the tortoises that they've brought to the battle over to this other corner, because if they can secure this corner and secure this tower right here, this tower is going to be able to get a lot of kills against any of their troops, and Chimera is going to be forced to fall back these troops right here, either back here and right there, to be able to defend the backs of their troops that are up here, or they're going to have to fall back even further to go back right here and go back right here. So they're going to have to make that decision. Ultimately, they are already kind of holding back here. Or I guess they can also move up their troops and start holding this wall, but that's also a danger, because then if the attackers move up their archers here, they have the potential to be able to start firing into this side of some of this infantry, and especially if it's noble infantry, the expensive Chimerian noble infantry that are going to move up, then it could really, really hurt them in the future, because not only would it be the side, but it would be the spear side, because they would have to face as they are facing here, so that would be devastating. They could always do what they're doing here, move up their archers to be able to combat against any of their enemy archers that are firing on them from this side, but it's also going to be a little bit of a trade. They're going to take some losses, and their opponents are going to take some losses as well. I'm surprised they haven't moved more of these troops. They have a lot of clumping of these troops over here. We've got these spear warriors moving in to try and waste some of the javelin fire of these troops. The Eastern Spearmen are still holding valiantly, getting just absolutely peppered by this tower. This tower is just getting so many free kills. I mean, you see all the dead bodies from the Eastern Spearmen lined up here. Ooh, we've even got some fire from the Mercenary Axe Warriors going into these Eastern Spearmen to soften them up before they charge in. We've got the Spear Warriors going to go ahead and charge in and distract the Thorax Swordsman, but a great angle on the Axe side of these Axe Warriors with some of these archers, especially with how many archers there are here. These archers are going to be able to get a lot of kills. But we have some returning archer fire going into the Thorax Swordsman. It is still going to be on that sword side, so they should be able to get a decent amount of kills. But yeah, these archers are going to be able to absolutely melt these Axe Warriors and just do a metric shit ton of damage over here. Over here, ooh, there we go. We've got some militia hoplites quickly moving up to try and neutralize this tower. They're going to move up and go into these Eastern Spearmen. We've got 2 units of Eastern Spearmen. These Eastern Spears are going to form square formation to try and hold this position for as long as they possibly can, and potentially give some of their Thorax Swordsmen here over in the back lines an opportunity to be able to throw their javelins in and get some good kills against these militia hoplites. But a great move with the militia hoplites. They're going to move in, neutralize this tower, get into the fray, and allow the rest of their forces to quickly move in and start really dishing out some damage against some of this infantry over here. They do have to be careful with the noble infantry because, again, if the attackers move up either these archers or these archers into this courtyard, they're going to be able to get some great fire against these noble infantry. Even right here, these archers actually might have a great angle against these noble hoplites, or I'm sorry, the noble infantry, because their backs are turned. I think the noble infantry have noticed that, and they're trying to reform so that way they're not showing so much of their backs and so much of their spear side against the archers. But even still, they will take a lot of damage against these archers because it is still on the spear side of this infantry. If you're going to have to take archer fire, you always want to make sure it's on the shield side because it's going to be able to soak up more of that ammo and allow you to survive just a little bit longer against the archers. We've got javelins coming in from the Thorax Swordsman. I feel like they're getting more friendly fire than they are hits against the militia hoplites, but again, these are Eastern Spearmen. But any unit that dies from friendly fire is definitely a tragic unit indeed. You can see these guys starting to fall from the javelin fire going directly behind them. I mean, we've got some javelins coming up and over this unit and going in the militia hoplites, but for the most part, it's going into friendly units and into Eastern Spearmen and getting a lot of friendly kills. We've got a great position from the Dacian heavy bowmen here, getting some great shots against the Chimerian noble infantry. They have slightly angled their troops so that way it's more of a front side shot, but it's still on their sword side, even if it is on the front. So those archers are going to be able to get a lot of kills. Oh, the Chimerian heavy archers, as well as the mercenary Syrian archers, are moving up to be able to try and combat against some of these Dacian heavy bowmen, but they quickly turned around after seeing the archers move up, and they are just absolutely melting some of these archers. The archers are trying to get into a good position to be able to get some good kills, but every time they move into a position, they just get absolutely peppered by some of these archers, and every time these archers move in, they are able to just focus all of their firepower into one singular unit. So it is definitely a tough time from both sides, but the defenders are doing a great job of moving up their archers to be able to try and keep the enemy archers or the attackers' archers back for as long as they possibly can. The attackers have done a great job of getting a lot of kills against the Thorax Swordsman over here. I think this is just one that has been completely melted with only 45 kills so far. I'm assuming they probably took a lot of fire from the archer forces brought by the attackers. So now they're going to fall back, form a little bit of a V formation, and get ready for any attack that the attackers want to bring over on that side. But it looks like they're primarily going to focus here on the middle and the left side if you're looking at the battlefield from the defender's point of view. Over here, we've got Chimerian noble infantry and Thorax swordsmen holding valiantly against the Macedonian forces. We've got militia hoplites in the front line with 17 kills so far, 90 men remaining, and 147 men remaining on this Thorax swordsman unit with 49 kills so far, and lots of archer fire, lots of supporting archer fire with some great angles over here by the Dacian heavy bowmen, getting right into some of these step spearmen and noble infantry and just absolutely melting them before they can get the kills required in order for them to win this battle. Great job by the attackers. Over here, we got the general moved up closer, sitting inside of the tower, trying to be able to move up so he can pop general abilities on units, but also still be protected by the giant wood and metal mesh that is a mobile fortress and or a mobile tower. So the general's trying to stay up to be able to pop abilities, but also try to be protected from some of the archer fire that's over here, because there's just so many archers over on this side. The Dacian heavy bowmen are starting to take some fire from some of these Chimerian heavy archers. The heavy archers are taking a lot of artillery fire as well. The artillery so far has 91 kills and still has ammo, doing a great job of getting some great damage and shots off into the defending forces. The step spearmen are starting to break. We got the noble infantry that have broken over here just due to the sheer amount of archer fire that has gone into them. The Chimerian heavy archers with 60 kills are just being absolutely melted by some of these Dacian heavy bowmen, not being able to kind of focus all of their efforts onto one singular area, getting peppered down before they can get into a good position. What a great job from the attackers, just getting a whole lot of archer fire into these troops. These Chimerian heavy archers are taking a beating from these archers, and these archers, they're taking a little bit of damage, but I think that they're definitely dishing out a lot more fire and a lot more damage than the defenders are currently. These Chimerian heavy archers with 23 kills so far are just getting melted by the archer fire. They were wavering, but they've kind of regained the resolve, but there's only 24 of them left. Luckily, they still have ammo, so if they're able to retreat, then they'll be able to get a lot more kills in the future. But now it's just up to the mercenary Syrian archers to try to do what they can to keep the rest of these archer forces back. But I didn't even notice. We actually had an engagement. We had the defenders push up in order to try and regain this gatehouse. They pushed up with some of the thorax swordsmen as well as the thorough spears. We've got archers in the fray, absolutely peppering down some of these Dacian heavy bowmen. The Dacian heavy bowmen were caught off guard, and now they're just getting absolutely peppered by some of these steppe archers and mercenary Syrian archers, and so they're trying to retake the entirety of this ground. We've got these steppe spearmen and Chimerian heavy or noble infantry holding valiantly over on that front line, but they're going to have to try to move up some more troops over here soon, or else this left side is going to completely crumble, completely fall, because Macedon is just sending so many forces over. And the Greek Scorpion is just firing everything that they can into these forces, trying to get as many kills as they possibly can as well. Not quite sure what that Scorpion is focusing on, but the Dacian heavy bowmen are all but destroyed. I mean, these guys, okay, heavy skirmishers are good. The Dacian heavy bowmen over here have 38 men left. These guys are broken but not shattered with 50 men remaining. These guys are falling back with 56 men. The defenders have done a fantastic job with their archers, really taking the offensive in this defensive battle and getting a lot of kills. And now this is going to allow the archer forces of the defenders to get some great side fire, some great sword side flanking fire on some of these mercenary axe warriors, noble swords, and other troops that Gaete has brought here today. And they are still being forced to fall back to the defensive structure of this tower over here, trying to keep up the tower fire and get as many kills as they can. But yeah, these defenders are really pushing hard. The attackers really need to start dismounting some more of these troops, like the Falksmen, maybe some more of these noble swords, trying to move in as many troops as they possibly can to be able to retake this courtyard if they don't want to lose it, because they are getting absolutely surrounded here by so many forces brought by the defenders. Now we've got even more archers moving up, some more mercenary Syrian archers with 74 kills so far, moving up to be able to get a great angle. They have a fantastic angle right on the butts of these spear warriors. They could throw like one or two volleys and hopefully break these spear warriors really quickly, so that way Chimera can push up these steppe spearmen and Chimerian noble infantry right up the street and flank around some more of these forces. We've got the archer forces from Gaete moving back in, but they are extremely weakened, so as soon as they move up, yep, there we go. Now we got the Chimerian heavy archers, only 24 archers left in that one, but we also have the mercenary Syrian archers with 85 archers left, quickly putting as much fire into these heavy bowmen as they can. And we've got some side fire from these Syrian archers and the steppe archers over here as well, just completely breaking these archers before they're able to get in and get any kills. So these archers, I mean, these archers have 139 kills, so they definitely did some good work, but they do still have ammo, so they have to be very, very careful with these archers. Macedon, unable to help his ally over here in the courtyard, really focusing a lot of their archer fire on these Chimerian and noble infantry and trying to push over on this side. I don't know. Gaete is really struggling here. We've got more Spirit Warriors, and we've got some more Mercenary Axe Warriors moving into the courtyard, just trying to do as much damage as they possibly can and continue to hold back their opponents, so that way, hopefully, in hopes that their Macedonian allies will be able to move past this defensive structure and start supporting them on other sides. This Scorpion is not lighting up. The Scorpion has 70 kills so far, getting some great kills over onto that central area, trying to get as many kills as they possibly can, focus down some of these Mercenary Axe Warriors, most likely going to go ahead and trade their target for a more healthy unit of Mercenary Axe Warriors. If they shoot now, they can get some double whammies over here as well. But we got the Thero Spears trying to throw whatever ammo they can into the side of some of these troops, and we've got plenty of Archer Fire going into here now as well. We've got Noble Swords actually being pushed up into the fray, trying to just to be able to try and hold back some of these forces. The Falksmen have been dismounted, but will they be called to action? Or maybe they'll wait until the archers have used up all of their ammo, because right now the defending archers are using a lot of ammo, but definitely for a good cause. These archers are able to get a lot of really good angles on some of these forces and get a lot of good kills on them as well. We got the Noble Swords moved in, using Headhunt to be able to try and chop down some of these Thorax Swordsmen. Thorax Swordsman with 82 kills, Thorax Swordsman with 44 kills so far. We got Thorax Swordsman with 54 kills. Steppe Archers that I presume are out of ammo with 174 kills. Overall, doing a great job. And then we got the new unit of Spear Warriors in here with 22 kills so far. Noble Swords just racking up kills, doing what they do best, and that is chopping down any unit that dares to stand before them, getting 89 kills so far. These Mercenary Axe Warriors with 33 men remaining, having 62 kills. I mean, overall, they're doing a fantastic job, and that Scorpion is really putting on the hurt for a lot of these forces as well, focusing down a lot of these Axe Warriors, a lot of this armor penetration ability. And now we got the Cretan Archers moved up with a lot of ammo left, as well as some Dacian heavy skirmishers, really trying to, Macedon setting over some support to be able to try and do whatever he can to help out his ally in these endeavors. But these Cretan Archers are taking a beating. They came in here fresh, and they're already at 107 men remaining. I mean, just all of the archer fire that's going in. Luckily, they have shields on their back, so whenever they turn around, they do have a little bit of protection from that. But they are just taking so much archer fire. Now we have the general unit of Gaete moving up. The general unit of Noble Swords moving up to be able to try and support their men and try to get as many kills as possible. We've got some great angles. They've actually broken past that unit of Spearmen that was holding them back, so now we've got a whole bunch of Chimerian Noble Infantry and Steppe Spearmen moving into the fray to be able to surround some of these troops and get some great kills, and Thero Spears getting some great flanking fire over on some of these Noble Infantry. The Noble Swords just getting absolutely melted by some of this archer fire, which is never something you want to see as Gaete. The Noble Swords, you want to see them in melee the whole time, getting as many kills as possible. So the fact that they are getting melted by just so many different ranged units, it is a sad sight to see indeed. Looking over at the other side, Macedon is still trying to do whatever they can to be able to get past this area, even sending up some more of their Thoreo Spears to get some front side shots over on this infantry. They have to break through this infantry. Got more Chimerian Noble Infantry that have not seen combat as of yet, moving into the fray to be able to get some flanky pankies over on the Thorax Swordsman and engage with the rear side Thorax Swordsman as well to try and get them tired. We've got the general unit, the Chimerian Noble Infantry General, moving into the fray to be able to pop off some abilities and provide some morale support for their frontline troops. We've got a unit of Thorax Swordsman with 55 men left, 91 kills, starting to break against the might of so many different forces. A depleting unit of Chimerian Noble Infantry, 50 men remaining with 82 kills, just doing overall a fantastic job. But I mean, you can just see the sheer amount of archer fire going into these nobles, just trying to do whatever they can to be able to break them. The nobles are going to try to go ahead and retreat, but the Thorax Swordsmen are going to quickly chase after them and try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Those nobles are going to take a beating. 15 kills so far with 86 men remaining. We've even got the general unit moving into the fray, just trying to break through, or I'm sorry, just trying to hold back these Macedonian troops. Over here, the middle front line is now we've got support from Macedon. We've got a lot of Thero Spears moving in to be able to try and support the remnants of Gaete's troops. We've still got a couple of units of Falksmen over here to be able to try and support the Macedonian front line over on the right side, but Gaete is having a mass break right here. We've got Noble Swords with 30 men remaining, 132 kills, beginning to break. We've got another unit of Noble Swords with 8 men remaining and only 44 kills beginning to break as well. Macedon has sent in their troops to help, but I fear that it is too late, and now we've got some depleted Thero Spears charging into the Thero Spears that probably still have ammo to keep them from being able to fire. Wait, how did these guys... Oh my goodness, wait, what? Wait. Did I just... I am really confused, actually. Was Macedon and... Was Macedon firing alongside? No. Okay, no, there's the flag. I was just really confused. I was like, I saw the Thero Spear flag of Bactria right here, and I was like, wait, is that a Bactrian Thero Spears that got back here, and were they just firing alongside some Macedonian Thero Spears? I was very confused and a little concerned there, but no. Now we've got a front line of Thero Spears trying to hold. We've got some depleted unit of Thorax Swordsmen, as well as a fresh unit of Thorax Swordsmen coming around the flank to be able to surround some of these Thero Spears and start getting some kills. We've got Macedon sending up some Thorax Swordsmen. We've got the Falksmen of Gaetae moving up to try and support this as well. We got a depleted unit of Spear Warriors that can move into the fray. Do we have any other depleted units? We've got the general unit of Bactria over here, the Royal Cavalry, sitting back, relaxing, and awaiting their great moment. This giant ballista still has ammo left with 123 kills so far, but they still have an opportunity to be able to get more. So hopefully they'll be able to utilize that to the best of their ability. Over here, the front line is... I mean, they're still trying to do as much damage as they possibly can. If they can somehow get past these noble infantry, these noble infantry have 45 men remaining. This Thorax Swordsman is starting to break with 75 men remaining. Wow, that unlucky. Oh, man, hopefully they stop breaking. Okay, they have broken, but their flag is still there. They're broken but not shattered, so there is an opportunity for them to be able to come back. The archer fire. Let's look at the archer kills over here. Archers with 38 kills, 40 kills, 22 kills, 95 kills. But the Peltis was 0 kills so far. We got the Bactrian Cav quickly trying to move in. Oh, we've got the Bactrian General getting absolutely pelted from some of these Thoreo Spears, but they do not care. They still have 68 men remaining. Now they're going to go ahead and move into these archers, which still look like they have a lot of ammo. Try to get as many kills as they possibly can. Go in and start actually breaking some of these archers. 2 units of these archers are starting to break. Great move by that general. They took a lot of Pila, but it was not enough to completely destroy them. And now they are going to get the hell out of Dodge, get away from that area, and live to fight another day. Great move by Bactria. I'm honestly surprised to still see Gaetae forces over here still fighting valiantly. We got the Falksmen trying to do as much damage as they possibly can. I think the other Falksmen, I can only assume that the other unit of Falksmen have broken. Oh, no, they haven't. They've just flanked around. They have 100 kills so far. They're actually able to get a lot of kills. They see an opportunity to potentially break this unit of Eastern Spearmen and get past them into some of the archers. We've got the Chimerian Noble General actually starting to come in to be able to defend these archers, seeing that the Falksmen could pose a potential threat, to their forces. And now the great offense of the defensive Bactria is starting to actually crumble. Bactria has done a great job of taking out a lot of forces, but the attackers are actually starting to break the rest of the Bactrian units here and retake this courtyard. We've got the gate that have been taken back by the defenders. That they've been shooting at all of these different forces, but the gate is actually being retaken by a unit of Spear Warriors. We've got the Mercenaries here and Archers, which are out of ammo with 156 kills so far, trying to fight alongside a depleted unit of Thorax Swordsmen with 106 kills, just trying to do whatever they can to break past these Thero Spears with almost 200 kills. Holy smokes, well done, Macedon. We got the Noble Sword General with 320 kills and 52 men remaining, breaking this unit over here, and now starting to move on to the next one. We've got the Noble General of Chimera holding the city street, doing whatever they can with these heavy archers that are out of ammo to be able to hold back the Falksmen with 192 kills on Falksmen. That is insane. Well done. We got the Bactrian cavalry actually moving in to the fray, charging into some Spear Warriors, trying to do what they can to break these units. They're going to go ahead and charge in and try to get as many kills and weaken the forces as much as they possibly can for the rest of their Chimerian allies. Chimera is actually starting to fall over on this side. The Noble Infantry with 74 men remaining just cannot hold against the might of the Macedonian forces. The Thorax Swordsmen We've got a lot of forces starting to break as well. Bactria is starting to break over on this side. We've got the Chimerian general in the fray now as well, just trying to get as many kills as they can. The Falksmen charging in, trying to get some of their charge bonus off and take out some of this armored infantry, but they are going to start to break here sooner rather than later. We've still got some heavy bowmen that are still alive starting to fire into the general as well. We've got the noble swords popping second wind charge into the general, trying to pop whatever abilities they can, and that is going to be it. The general is starting to break, and it is going to be a defending victory. I think the general is the last unit alive. We've got a mass break from the armies. Well done by the attackers. It was honestly looking really rough there for the attackers for a second. Bactria really pushing into that courtyard and doing a lot of damage. And they were holding really well over on the other side, but the attackers were able to turn it around. Let's go ahead and end the replay and look at some of these kills. We've got Gaete being the MVP of kills during this game with 2,197. We've got Bactria getting 1,897 kills, being second place as far as the kill counter. Bupathi playing as Macedon, getting 1,626 kills, third place. And then we've got Chimera getting 1,446 kills, taking fourth place. Looking over at Macedon, we got 114, 168, 132, 228, 229, 111. Looking at Chimera, we've got 178, 109, 143, 128, 107, 192, 181. And then looking over at Gaete and Bactria, Gaete getting 376 kills, 124, 120, 110, 139, 134, 192 on Falksman nonetheless, 107, 118, 137, 140. And then last but certainly not least, we've got Bactria getting 197, 126, 160, 119, 113, 184, 136, 101, 118, 153, 109, 114, and 126. What a battle, guys. If you guys like this battle, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys are feeling extra generous, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you again so much for watching this battle, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.